Joining us live from the ESPN headquarters, we have the press conference of the losers of the Joe Random's Fantasy Football League, sponsored by Mountain Dew, incorporated with Halo 4, Mr. Burnett Sucks and Andrew Thayer. I'd like to give each of you an opening statement about your football team. Thayer first.
I would like to thank all my supporters, and all the fans have been extremely good to me. All the rebelling against Andrew Thayer has been very disappointing, but I'm extremely pleased with the perception I got from the fans over the course of this fantasy sports year, and I loved the fans that called me a contender, and I hated the fans that called me a pretender. And overall, I'm extremely satisfied with my year, and I would love to tip my cap to Bert Chen. He's done a great job with Yes We Can. I knew I was in a little bit of disadvantage coming into that matchup, but I held my ground. But I wish that Bert Chen will come away with his title for this fantasy sports football. Thank you.
And now on to you, Mr. Sucks.
Well, first I got to congratulate the Maluks for a valiant effort. They did a great job. They put a good squad together this year, and my comeback was just shorthanded at the end, and wasn't the best team I put together, but it could have got the job done. I just needed a few things to go a little bit differently, but next year we'll hit the books and we'll get back in, and hopefully we'll get to the title once more.
Thank you. I'd like to open it up to some questions for the Associated Press. If you could please state your name and the association you're affiliated with. Go ahead.
Question for Andrew Thayer. How do you feel about Eli Manning?
Well, week 1 of the playoffs, I was very satisfied with him, and risks have to be made. I did give up my first pick for him, but look at my first pick this year, Roddy White, which has been really inconsistent and very disappointing for me. So first pick I'm not that worried about, and I will keep Eli Manning. Some fans allude to that as swallowing a mistake, which I am fond of the term of that, but I do have faith in the New York Giants, and I think that Eli Manning will develop better chemistry with the receivers next year.
Henry Schulman, Mercury News. Question for Stephen Thayer. Burnett Sucks. Going back to the draft last season, how do you think that your move to trade Calvin Johnson affected your season this year?
Well, that was one of the big things that we looked at. Calvin wasn't healthy in training camp. He didn't look good for us, and it's unfortunate that we had to pull the trigger. He wasn't happy here, but he had a great season, but it might have been different if he was with us. So next year hopefully we don't have to, hopefully Bradshaw or Jackson, guys that I got for him, will actually be healthy, but that wasn't the case.
Jaime Gaitan, San Francisco Chronicle. It's directed to both here. What are your feelings towards the newcomers in the league, Dudek and Ramirez, and their successes and their shortcomings in this season? Start with Mr. Thayer over there.
Overall, I was very satisfied with both of the owners' contributions to the league this year. Dudek was taking over, in all due respect, a weak Braden Dunford team, and Matt Ramirez definitely had a tough tinsel going into his year too. So, and they had to go through some obstacles, but Dudek's best decision this year was drafting Carson Palmer, and he was very smart in holding his ground and not trading him. And overall, I'm really satisfied with the two teams this year. I do have one criticism for Matt Ramirez, who did trade for Dwayne Bowe, and he did give Brandon Marshall. And it was actually also in the trade was he was giving Matt Ryan, and he got Phillip Rivers, which is a very absolutely disrespectful part on Stephen Thayer. Burnett sucks, and Matt Ramirez definitely lost that deal. But overall, I like how active they were.
Well, I got to say about Dudek, pulling in Palmer, AP was a great trade. Getting Calvin was a great trade, along with what he had in place with LaShawn McCoy. Dudek did a good job, but I think if maybe if Dunford and Dudek were together, they might have put together a really, really powerful team. We'll have Braden back, and that'll be good. As for Matt, it's just tough go. But that's the thing. You got to learn the ways of fantasy football.
It's a pitiful statement by Burnett Sucks right there, who really screwed over Matt Ramirez's team just by that one deal, Matt Ryan and Brandon Marshall for Dwayne Bowe and Phillip Rivers. Absolutely despicable deal. And Matt Ramirez does have to learn.
Well,
all right, next question. Yes, sir. Vinny Testaverde, Boston Herald.
Vinny.
for Andrew Thayer, do you have any regrets in making an attempt to trade for Darren McFadden from DJ Shin?
Do I have any regrets for making an attempt to trade? I mean, it's not really the best question to ask, and I don't really know what you're referring to there. But I was fond of Darren McFadden before the year started, and I'm glad that the trade didn't go through because he obviously did miss 5 weeks of the year, and I would not keep him this year. So hopefully I'll be able to get him in a nice spot next year in the draft.
Okay.
Yes, sir. John Wall, Miami Tribune.
Hey, buddy.
To Burnett Sucks. Yes. Please, your team name, Tom Brady's butt chins. Are you suggesting plastic surgery for the man? He has the money for it.
Am I suggesting plastic surgery? No, because I want him out there on the field working out and practicing for us. So, no, he's doing a great job with his endorsements. He's doing Uggs. So, as long as Brady, he's the leader of the squad. So he needs to be healthy.
Yes, sir.
John Sherholtz, New York Times. Do you guys have any keeper?
I can't hear you. Speak up.
May you repeat the question, please?
Yes.
I still can't hear you.
Yes, we'll come back to him. Yes, man in the blue jacket that looks like I'd wear something to church. Yes, yeah, Brian Dakin here.
Hey, Brian.
How you doing, Brian?
The Houston Chronicle.
No such thing. Continue on.
I beg your pardon there. How do you guys think that living under the same roof affects your fantasy performance?
You want to start?
We'll start with Burnett Sucks.
Well, I don't think it affects my fantasy performance. If you look at my franchise teams, you go from football to basketball to baseball. I have a history of beating this guy right here. He did beat me once, and it was a good match earlier this year. But I came back and got my revenge. So I don't think it affects us, but it definitely takes a toll. He gets on. I get on his nerves, and it takes a toll on each other.
I think it makes me better living in the same roof as the same guy in the league. You learn to tolerate absolutely bullshit deals. he's trying to offer you. He's trying to scam people. It makes you better because
false.
it makes me more vulnerable to the real world. I'm able to tolerate better things now. And I know what's good and I know what's wrong. And overall, I think it's good for my performance.
It's a copycat league, you see. When some revolutionary idea comes in, obviously
I don't know how
the next
3 and
guy
8
that
genius
comes
is
in
revolutionary.
is gonna. That's not up for discussion.
All right, let's try to go back to John Shearholtz in the corner.
Sorry, I was having camera problems. Mic problems. Who are your guys' keepers, and who are keeper eligible players that you guys are out looking to trade? Let's start with Burnett Sucks.
Well,
And we'll start with Andrew Thayer.
Oh, I gotta look at the film.
Burnett?
there's going to be some serious evaluations. Tom Brady will be signed to a long-term extension shortly, and we have some good options. So we might have to pull from the house, or we might have to go out and get somebody. But we'll do what we need to do to make this franchise a competitor year in and year out.
Any more questions? Oh, one last question over in the corner.
Sal Palantonio, ESPN. I noticed your sponsorship here with Mountain Dew. Any comments towards the controversial lab tests that have shown Mountain Dew is proven to lower sperm count in male adults? We'll start off with Mr. Thayer.
Mountain Dew has been really great to us lately. They've really helped us out. I personally drink it myself. It has carbonated water. This one they did just partner with Xbox. It has high fructose corn syrup. It does have concentrated orange juice. And the caffeine content is relatively high. But
I don't mean to cut you off here, Mr.
I
Thayer.
drink it for the
asking,
flavor.
Your opinion, not anything regarding ingredients.
Okay, my opinion on how it reduces adult male sperm.
Yes.
Those statements are absolutely fraudulent. There's no proof, and if there is proof, it's probably forged.
The papers here that would
Show me the paper.
kindly or would like to agree with them.
Show me the paper.
Yes, I'll bring that over to him right now. Have one for each of you.
So we have before and after male sperm. It says nothing to do with Mountain Dew. Actually, I can see it's crossed out. It is crossed out. Mountain Dew is forged in there, and if I can look at it, I can see what was crossed out.
This
and
article was written by Eric Yee.
Looks like Michael Caldwell's drink. It's crossed out and put Mountain Dew, and I just think it's absolutely ridiculous. But Mountain Dew has been really nice to us. I encourage all of you to drink it. If you has 46 grams of sugar, and
Next question. In the back. Well, there in the back, please. Yes, in the back.
Barbara Maddock from the Los Angeles Times.
Yes.
I just have a comment on what just happened.
Yes.
Just
No,
want
we're
to
not-
let you
we're
know
not
that
for comments
Mr. Andrew Thayer and Burnett Sucks, they're both products of Mountain Dew.
Oh,
So I
why?
don't think the sperm situation is correct in that.
Well, I thank you for the clarification there. And it
It's always
seems
good to
as
have
if this
scientists
press
in the
conference
house.
has come to an end. I'd like to thank you all for joining us.
I would like to say one more thing.
Can't go over 50.
For the championship, I would like to see my friend and my cousin Maluk take the title. I want to keep this title, this trophy in the family.
my last comments. Very satisfied with the league manager this year overall. We've had our bumps and we had our ups and we had our downs. I apologize for your bad year, but overall, I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to participate in the league.
Thank you.